On 4 News Now at 6, I'm tracking strong, damaging winds heading our way. That's why I'm declaring back-to-back weather alert days. I'll show you when to expect the highest winds in the first alert forecast.
Plus, a year overseas and a surprise waiting at home. See the emotional airport reunion for a Spokane Army sergeant and the family who supported her through deployment.
And right now, lawmakers in Olympia are rushing to try to pass that so-called millionaire's tax before Thursday's deadline. How it's meant to help working families and what happens if they can't reach a deal. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. Well, winter is not over yet. We are tracking strong winds and snow heading our way. Thanks so much for being with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Kirsten O'Connor. Winds possibly reaching 65 miles an hour. Our team of weather experts have declared tomorrow a weather alert day. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker, who's tracking it all for us.
Yes, that weather alert day actually Wednesday night through Thursday morning. So we declared Wednesday and Thursday weather alert days, the entire inland Northwest. Damaging wind gusts 65 miles per hour, even stronger winds in the mountain areas. A high wind warning goes into effect at 8 o'clock tomorrow night, so you have a little more than 24 hours to prepare. Tie down any loose objects. 11 a.m. Thursday is when this high wind warning expires. Sustained winds 25 to 40 miles per hour with those higher gusts, and some of the highest gusts will be right around the Spokane area. 60 to 65 mile per hour gusts possible, 45 to 50 up around Colville, 50 to 60 in Pullman, and 50 to 60 also in Coeur d'Alene and Ritzville, with lighter winds in Moses Lake and Wenatchee, but still an issue. The impacts of these high winds, widespread tree damage possible with this storm, blowing dust particularly in the Columbia Basin, which could cause problems with visibility. And then when you get to, if you're headed to the Cascades, you'll run into blowing snow and blizzard warnings, numerous power outages potentially with this storm. And as I mentioned, the strongest winds are going to be picking up in the nighttime. Tomorrow in the afternoon, gusts up to 35 miles per hour with snow and rain likely, 80% chance of precipitation. I'll take you hour by hour through that and have more on this wind event in just a few minutes, Derek.
All right, Chris, thanks so much. For the 11th time, the Gonzaga women are WCC tournament champions.
The Zags earned a strong win over defending champs Oregon State, and our sports director Jack Wallace joins us in studio with what got the Zags over the hump and back to the dance.
Well, Gonzaga's young, energetic team didn't let anything slow them down on their way to another West Coast Conference championship. Their final in the conference as they say goodbye to the WCC and hello to the Pac-12. Gonzaga and Oregon State dueled one final time as WCC members, the Zags coming away with the impressive 76-66 win to earn their first conference tournament title since 2022 and return to the big dance for the second time in 3 years. Lauren Whitaker did what she does best, which is everything. The WCC Player of the Year led all scores with 26 points, lifting the Zags to the double-digit win despite a halftime deficit. Head coach Lisa Fortier talked about just how massive having a player like Whitaker is.
The best thing about Lauren is that she just, it doesn't matter the stage. She's just going to go to work every second. And so, you know, someone asked about the nerves, and I think they're all aware of it. We try to, you asked me this yesterday, we try to downplay it a little bit, but she just knows that she's going to be at her best if she takes what they give her each time.
So now Gonzaga waits for where they end up in the NCAA tournament, either Fort Worth or Sacramento. ESPN projected them as a number 12 seed before the tournament title. So we're going to find out this seed pretty soon. Later in sports, take a look at how the men's look early in their title game against Santa Clara. That tipping off just now. Plus, Idaho and Eastern Washington men and women's teams all competing in today's Big Sky semifinals. Derek, Kirsten, back to y'all.
All right, Jack, thank you. Here is a live look at the House floor in Olympia, where lawmakers are once again debating the so-called millionaire's tax. They've been going back and forth on this for about 24 hours now.
Democrats are hoping to get the bill passed before the session ends on Thursday. If approved, the bill would add an almost 10% income tax on anyone who makes over $1 million. Lawmakers say the plan could generate about $3 billion that could go towards supporting working families, lowering taxes on small business, and eliminating sales tax on some items.
And I don't know about you, but I want to make sure this bill's passed so we can give free lunches and breakfast to all students in the state of Washington. We can increase the number of people that get the Washington Family Tax Credit by nearly 500,000 people.
Critics of the bill argue that it violates the state constitution, which prohibits any income tax.
I think the things we need to focus on is that the Washington State Constitution is about to get shredded tonight. We're going to kick a snowball over a hill, and it's not going to apply to people who make $1 million like the good lady said. It's going to apply to everyone who works and pays and lives in this state, Mr. Speaker. That is a big problem.
If the bill is not passed before Thursday's deadline, the governor says they will reconsider the tax next year.
In Boise, a bill that would require healthcare providers, schools, and child care providers to inform parents if a child identifies as a different gender or face possible lawsuits is now headed to the House for a vote. The bill made it out of committee yesterday. The proposal says if schools or healthcare providers fail to inform parents, they could face a $100,000 lawsuit. One nurse from Boise testified against the bill, saying it dictates the timing of when parents have some of the most sensitive conversations with their kids.
This bill harms children who need time to approach their parents, those who may face volatile reactions at home, and even kids who are simply experimenting with normal adolescent identity.
Supporters of the bill say this protects parents' rights and that schools and healthcare providers should be informing them about what's going on with their kids.
This habit of keeping secrets from parents is no different than parent alienation. It harms families, it's dangerous, damaging, and must be stopped.
The bill could be voted on by Idaho's full House in the coming days.
Around the world today, the U.S. launched a massive air assault on Iranian targets.
The White House releasing this video of strikes taking out mobile launchers. This comes as the White House tries to explain the mixed messaging from the Trump administration, calling the war nearly complete.
Ultimately, the operations will end when the commander-in-chief determines the military objectives have been met, fully realized, and that Iran is in a position of complete and unconditional surrender, whether they say it or not.
The Pentagon revealed more than 140 troops have been wounded so far, and 7 have been killed. The Pentagon also says a vast majority of those injuries are minor, but 8 have been severely injured. Well, one soldier was welcomed home at the Spokane International Airport today after her deployment in the Middle East.
Sergeant Caitlin Skaggs was born and raised in Spokane, and she spent the last year serving with the Army Reserve 328th Medical Detachment. Madeline Mullins captured the moment she returned and joins us live from the airport with her story. Madeline.
Yeah, well, it was an emotional day today as Sergeant Skaggs returned, walked down this ramp, and was surprised by family and friends, all here with flowers and signs, and here to celebrate her return from the Middle East.
There she is.
Pride, excitement, joy, all of the emotions were felt today in the Spokane airport as Sergeant Caitlin Skaggs returned home from her year-long deployment.
Overwhelmed, but like in a good way, because it's nice to know all the love and support you have coming home.
Originally deployed to Kuwait and then moved around on other assignments, Sergeant Skaggs spent her time in the Middle East serving with the U.S. Army Reserve 328th Medical Detachment, working as a behavioral health non-commissioned officer.
Basically, I was providing mental health services to any service member, not just Army, but like Navy, Marines, anyone who is an American military personnel.
But she's not the only service member in her family, and this welcome home has become somewhat of a tradition. Her father, Eric Skaggs, just retired from 28 years of service. Both of them were serving in the Middle East at the same time last year during the 12-day war.
When Iran attacked, we were both had to go to bunkers during the missile strikes and drone strikes and everything like that. And so we had a little code system we worked out with each other. It was just that way of keeping in touch with her and making sure she was safe.
And as military action picks up in the Middle East with the war in Iran underway, Skaggs has a mix of emotions.
I'm happy I'm home and that I'm safe. I have some very, very good friends that are still out there and they're in the middle of it.
But her family says they're just happy she's home and safe. Now, Sergeant Skaggs says that with her role in behavioral health, she feels a pull to go back and continue to give support to those people that are still there. Live in Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
So nice to see her welcomed home.
You bet.
Well, still ahead, more adults under 50 are being diagnosed with colorectal cancer, and doctors say cases could more than double in the next decade.
See what researchers are learning about the risks and the everyday foods that may be contributing. And flames engulf a U-Haul facility in Ballard. We'll show you the shocking security footage and what caused it.
Plus, long security lines are popping up at some major airports across the country, why the ongoing government shutdown could be impacting TSA staffing, and what travelers should do before heading to the airport.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
When it matters most, America turns to David Muir and ABC's World News Tonight.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks. So game days are better. Girls' days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away if signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Ask your doctor about Dupixent.
Hi, how can I help you guys?
We're here to win.
Oh my gosh!
Is this on your bucket list? Win big at Coeur d'Alene Casino Resort Hotel, proud sponsor of Gonzaga basketball.
Eastern Washington University is the region's polytechnic. And that means we don't do things like everyone else. We put hands-on learning at the forefront of everything we do. Our polytechnic plays trumpet, learns applied ethics, and studies humanities and education. It powers the research centers that give our STEM graduates an edge in the workforce. We are your Eastern Washington University, the region's polytechnic.
Post Falls ER and Hospital open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
If your heat bills are higher and you've been delaying getting a new roof, now is the time to call the pros at McVeigh Brothers and lock in last year's rates while beating the spring rush. Plus, financing is available.
We're working for you.
Welcome back. Lines at security checkpoints stretched for hours at airports across the country to start the week as the partial government shutdown of the Department of Homeland Security continues.
And with spring break around the corner, Ivan Rodriguez shows you what you can expect at some of the nation's busiest airports.
Whether you're flying domestic or international, one thing seems to be clear. You'll want to get to the airport even earlier than you normally would to account for longer security at the airport, especially as the shutdown drags on. Funding for the Department of Homeland Security lapsed in mid-February amid the standoff between Republicans and Democrats over federal immigration reform.
With everything going on in the last couple of weeks, I think people could be forgiven for forgetting that we are in a partial government shutdown and that many of the impacted employees happen to work at the TSA.
Eric Rosen with The Points Guy says one of the reasons why we're seeing long lines at some major airports across the country is because TSA workers are set to miss their first paycheck this week.
which means some of them probably have to call out. Some of them probably have to take other jobs, so they can't meet their regular shifts, which has been resulting in bottlenecks at some major airports.
Over the last few days, some of the airports witnessing the longest TSA security lines include Houston's William P. Hobby Airport, Louis Armstrong New Orleans International Airport, and Hartsfield-Jackson Atlanta International Airport.
I would say as the shutdown drags on, we're only likely to see more and more bottlenecks, not just at the airports that have been affected so far, but at further airports as well.
Rosen says one way future travelers can prepare is by staying on top of any and all updates from your airline and airport.
Stay on top of the social media handles and the websites of any airports you're flying through to see if they monitor the security wait times and how up to date they are, and also to give yourself plenty of extra time. I'm thinking a good 30 to 60 minutes more than you normally would.
These delays come as DHS braces for a new leader. After President Trump fired Secretary Kristi Noem last week, he tapped Oklahoma Senator Markwayne Mullin to replace her starting March 31st. In Atlanta, I'm Ivan Rodriguez.
Well, Costco's taken on one of the biggest costs in fertility treatment, the price of medication. The warehouse retailer says a new partnership will allow members to buy certain fertility drugs at deeply discounted prices. The medications, which are often required for treatments like IVF, can cost thousands of dollars out of pocket. Costco says the program could cut the price of certain fertility drugs by up to 80%.
The main wind event waits off until Wednesday night into Thursday morning, but it is going to get windy throughout the day on Wednesday. Wind gusts in the 30 to 35 mile per hour range by 11 a.m. 40 mile per hour gusts possible around 5, and then they just keep getting stronger. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Revel Spokane Senior Living with new discounted pricing.
Looking for space, style, and serious performance? You'll find it all in the Volkswagen Atlas. 3 rows equals room for everyone. And turbocharged power means this SUV is built for fun. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen.
Dupixent continuously works to help prevent asthma attacks, so girls' days are better. Game days are better. Even Mondays are better. Dupixent's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma. It's not for sudden breathing problems. Some people felt their asthma symptoms improve in as little as 3 days. Severe allergic reactions, including skin reactions, can occur. Get help right away for face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, wheezing, or trouble breathing. Tell your doctor right away of signs of inflamed blood vessels like rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, brown or dark-colored urine, tingling or numbness in limbs. Tell your doctor of new or worsening skin symptoms, joint aches and pain, or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop other treatments without talking to your doctor. Do more with less asthma. Ask your doctor about Dupixent, the most prescribed biologic in asthma. Also approved as an add-on treatment for adults with COPD that is not well controlled and with a specific marker of inflammation.
Every child deserves a home. This March, you can be a game changer for families facing homelessness. The Match Madness campaign doubles or triples every donation, helping families end the cycle of homelessness.
At Family Promises Spokane, our goal is simple. We help families get and keep housing so that no child experiences homelessness.
Numerica is a proud Match Madness partner. Scan the QR code to multiply your impact and join Numerica in supporting local families. This is how Numerica cares for kids.
The redesigned Tiguan is here, and it's turning heads. Luxury meets functionality with new styling that includes elevated interior design and smarter tech. Take a test drive at Post Falls Volkswagen, home of 0000.
GMA tomorrow morning. Jennifer Lopez taking you way behind the scenes of her new Vegas residency, where cameras never go.
You know I'm only doing this for GMA.
Tomorrow morning on
Good Morning America, all the way from Vegas.
All right, we've got a lot going on in the weather pattern right now. We've got winds, we've got snow, what have you.
And we need to be prepared not just tomorrow, but also Thursday.
Yes, and the peak time for those winds, unfortunately, after a lot of people have gone to bed, and that is why I'm really emphasizing this weather alert day. I don't want you to be caught off guard by this. The peak winds Wednesday night through Thursday morning over the entire inland Northwest, damaging winds of 65 65 miles per hour, possible even higher winds in the mountains. And again, the timing on these winds, this is our wind planner starting off 9 o'clock tomorrow night, 41 mile per hour gusts, 45 mile per hour gusts at 1 a.m. These are our sustained winds. 5 a.m., 44 mile per hour sustained winds with gusts 61 miles per hour. 44 mile per hour winds as we get into Thursday morning. And there'll be some precipitation as well in a variety of forms, mostly rain or non-accumulating snow in Spokane. Right now, gosh, what a beautiful sky, 39 degrees, a gorgeous sunset in Coeur d'Alene. It's 41 in Spokane. It's been a crisp day, to be sure, especially with a little bit of a breeze, just a breeze. 18 mile per hour breeze in Spokane. Our wind chill has been in the 30s all day. Gusts to 11 miles per hour in Coeur d'Alene, 15 mile per hour sustained winds at Fairchild Air Force Base right now. Let's take a look at our forecast radar. Starting off at our current time, we have the potential for a little bit of light snow in the overnight. This is midnight, and then that will begin to clear off. We'll continue, though, the Palouse, and I'm going to show you the rainfall totals later. You can see that that is going to be where we see the highest precipitation totals and up into the central panhandle. Meanwhile, dangerous conditions over the Cascade Passes in terms of travel, including a blizzard warning for tomorrow night into Thursday morning. Here is Wednesday at noon with rain coming down across the region, snow in the mountains, heavy snow in the mountains. Wednesday, 8 o'clock, we're keeping that rain going down on the Palouse. Through the day on Thursday, plenty of wet weather south of I-90. Here's 7 a.m. Thursday, and it wants to stay there for most of the day before the showers return further to the north. Our snowfall totals up to 18 inches at Lookout Pass by Thursday at 5 o'clock. Lesser amounts elsewhere, but 2 to 4 in Moscow and Pullman. And then look at these precipitation totals. Just over 1/10 of an inch in Spokane, over an inch in Moscow and Pullman, and 3/4 of an inch in Lewiston, a 1/2 inch in St. Mary's. Your 7-day forecast, wet and windy Wednesday and Thursday. Temperatures right about average. More wet weather on Friday, but nowhere near as windy. We dry out a little bit Saturday, just a chance of some hit and miss snow showers, perhaps some graupel. And then there's more wet weather off and on through the forecast, but really zeroing in on Wednesday and Thursday. That is our weather alert time period, Kirsten.
We're hoping everyone is paying attention. Thank you, Chris. In news for your health, March is National Colorectal Cancer Awareness Month, and it's still not clear what's causing the rise in this disease among younger adults.
But emerging evidence suggests what we eat may be playing a big role. Mandy Gaither talks to a doctor about why a person's diet is now being linked to colorectal cancer.
It remains a concerning trend. More adults younger than age 50 are being diagnosed with colorectal cancer, and early onset cases are expected to more than double in the next decade.
We have been really focused on trying to understand what causes colorectal cancer for a number of decades.
Dr. Shanaz Sultan with the University of Minnesota says the exact cause of the rise in cases is still unclear. Some factors that raise risk can't be changed, like genetics, age, and having certain medical conditions like inflammatory bowel syndrome. But there are other lifestyle choices that can increase chances of developing this type of cancer, including having obesity, little physical activity, smoking, excessive alcohol use, and a diet high in red meat and low in fiber, fruits, and veggies. Sultan says consuming a lot of ultra-processed foods is also emerging as a risk factor.
Food products that are industrially produced and processed, and they tend to be high in sugar, high in lipids, high in salt, and nutrient poor.
Sultan says these calorie-dense foods taste good and they're appealing, so we tend to overeat and overconsume them, increasing chances of developing obesity, which is one of the risk factors. Sultan says it's critical to read labels before buying food and focus on eating whole foods.
Home-cooked meals are an easy way to minimize the intake of ultra-processed foods because you can control what ingredients you're putting into your food and what ingredients you're putting into your body.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Gonzaga women's and men's basketball battle in the WCC title game today.
And while the women won earlier, the men face Santa Clara right now. We'll have some game updates for you coming up. And lawmakers have approved new rules for license plate readers. We'll break down what it means for your privacy.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Gold Seal Plumbing.
If you're in the market for new furniture and appreciate style, service, and sale pricing,
then you should come to Kerner Furniture during our Customer Appreciation Sale.
We have a large selection with customizations available.
And a friendly staff to show you all of the options.
And Customer Appreciation Sale markdowns store-wide.
Kerner Furniture is your home for Lazy Boy, with always guaranteed lowest prices.
For the best experience and price, shop locally owned Kerner Furniture during our Customer Appreciation Sale.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $8,000 on this Sierra 1500 model, plus get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Based on the best-selling novel that inspired the iconic film.
I love you, Allie. I loved you then, and I love you now.
The Notebook is intoxicating. A beautiful, breathtaking new musical. Fall in love again at The Notebook.
Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
What can we make for you today from the Sweet Palace in Phillipsburg, Montana?
When you've been injured in a car accident, the insurance company can make you feel small.
Right when you need help the most.
That's when you call Russell & Hill.
You are important to us.
We'll work to get you the results you deserve.
So you can get back to being you.
At 4 News Now, we're part of this community, sharing your stories, listening to your voice, and delivering the news that matters most to you. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Thank you.
I got this.
Thanks. I'm Alex.
I'm Jade.
Across the nation, the average price for a gallon of gas is now $3.54. That's the highest it's been in 18 months. But around Spokane, we're seeing prices about 80 cents more than that. And in Idaho, it's still a little lower than that national average. And speaking of gas, an explosion of flames at a Western Washington U-Haul facility.
Gas thieves were caught on surveillance video starting that fire. Jason Sloss has the story.
Flames lighting up a U-Haul lot in Ballard as security cameras catch a couple of guys who appear to have started a fire while trying to steal gas.
You can see them pouring gas into their vehicles.
General Manager Hayden Hall shared this security video showing two guys drive up in an SUV. Hall believes they drilled a hole in one of his truck's gas tanks and were rushing to fill up their own tank, a crime he says they constantly have to deal with.
And I know gas is expensive. Anyways, they come steal gas every night, whether they siphon it with a hose out of the tank or crawl underneath and drill holes in it.
At one point, there's an orange glow. Something appears to have sparked. One guy races over, then the other one, who spills gas all over the ground, which quickly ignites. That's when they realize they're in trouble and take off. Moments later, the fire explodes with thick black smoke. Then firefighters arrive to take care of it.
I'm devastated. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I cried a little bit. It did. It hurts. This hurts a lot.
Hall says the fire destroyed 5 trucks and damaged a 6th, about $150,000 worth of damage in all. Just another hit to his bottom line.
I've watched my business, the projection go down, not a lot, but a little bit, and I read my customer reviews. We're great. My guys are awesome. It's all the surrounding area and the trucks that are out of gas.
But you can't keep the tanks full because
they'll just steal it. They just steal it, and then it costs me even more money.
Well, the fire was burning right here and not far from other more expensive vehicles. The general manager tells us had the flames gotten over there, probably would have had to have shut down, possibly for good. Reporting in Seattle, I'm Jason Sloss.
Boy. Well, the price of crude oil dropped 10% today. Yesterday, it spiked at $115 a barrel, but it's since dropped to about $87 a barrel.
Still ahead, K-pop makes Oscar history this year.
We'll tell you about the song and the singer who turned personal struggles into a global hit. And Spokane's oldest school is being rebuilt from the ground up. We'll show you the progress at Adams Elementary and hear from parents and staff about the new building. You're watching 4 News Now at 6.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
During the Markdown Madness sales event, score big on a new 26 Sierra 1500 Elevation. Lease today for just $199 a month. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Hey, what's going on here?
Mr. Pierre, I was just showing this gentleman why he should stop touching the $1 million, what with my yellow belt in karate.
Yellow? That's what I said. Like a banana?
Like a banana, but with fists.
Great. I could use the potassium. Come on, that was funny. Come back. I've got a leg cramp. All right, all right.
It matters late at night.
It matters when you aren't sure and need someone who is. Our minimalized with none.
It matters when times are tight and saving money can really make a difference.
Thanks so much, Eric. I really appreciate you.
Hi, Alex.
Where you get your medicine has never mattered more. That's why we have convenient locations right in your neighborhood with pharmacists ready to get to know you.
Where you get your medicine matters.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota. Awesome.
I like it.
I love it.
Right now, lease a new 2026 Camry for $279 a month, or lease a new Corolla for $229 a month.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Toyota, let's go places.
When I was told I needed radiation treatment for a brain tumor, I couldn't stop thinking about what could happen to my memories. Those moments I cherish from growing up, of finding myself, of the people I love, of what I've created. Could they all just fade away? But when I learned how precise treatment was with Gamma Knife, I was reassured that those moments would be preserved. Because it's not only about protecting the memories I've made, but the ones I have yet to create.
During the Markdown Madness sales event, score big on a new Sierra 2500 HD Denali. Up to $10,000 off for 4.9% APR. And ask us about our 3-day return and 7-day exchange. We're family owned and operated at GMC of Riverfront Park.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
As we've been telling you, our team of weather experts have declared back-to-back weather alert days because of strong winds and snow heading our way.
And those conditions can make travel over the passes extremely difficult. Not to mention we could see some trees falling. Let's send it over to Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker to see when the storm is expected to arrive.
And we will be talking more about past conditions later in the broadcast, but I really want to zoom in on the winds. That is why we declared weather alert days, because of the potential for very damaging winds over the entire inland Northwest. Narrowing in that time frame, it's Wednesday night through Thursday morning, and mostly in the hours where the majority of you are asleep. It's going to pick up late Wednesday night into early Thursday morning. That's where we could have those most damaging winds. High wind warning does not go into effect until a little more than 24 hours from now. 8 o'clock Wednesday, continuing until 11 a.m. on Thursday. By that time, the winds will have died down significantly, but the potential for 65-mile-per-hour hour gusts. Now here's a look at the timing on our wind forecast. This starts off Wednesday night, 9 o'clock, 41 mile per hour gusts. 1 a.m. 45 mile per hour gusts, but between 1 a.m. and 5 a.m. things really ramp up. 61 mile per hour gusts. Plenty strong enough to cause damage, especially because we're going to have a lot of wet weather leading up to this wind event across the region. 44 mile per hour gusts by 9 a.m., just a very short time before the wind warning expires. Maximum wind gusts around the region could be the strongest right in the Spokane area, but also in the mountains where we could see wind gusts well in excess of 70 miles per hour. 60 mile per hour wind gusts possible in Sandpoint, Coeur d'Alene, Pullman, and Ritzville. 40 to 45 miles per hour in Moses Lake, and 45 to 50 in Coeur d'Alene. I will be back in just a few minutes to talk about that snow. That's coming up, Kirsten.
Well, that's the sound of demolition happening at Adams Elementary on the South Hill, and it's nearly finished. Spokane's oldest school, that was built 116 years ago, will soon be replaced with a new building.
The new Adams Elementary project was given the green light when the 2025 Together Spokane initiative passed. Angela Hara went to the school to check out the progress and talk to parents.
From the front side, Adams Elementary seems to be standing. But if you take a closer look, the backside of Spokane's oldest school building is gone.
I think they're very excited, as all of us are, to get back to the new building when it's ready.
After Together Spokane passed, the school was given the green light and had 2 months to completely move their students and staff to Camp Adams at the old Jefferson Elementary.
We spent December moving items over, starting to get classrooms set up. A lot of work was done during the December holiday.
The school district tells me demolition is expected to be done by the end of the month, and the new school will be 20,000 square feet larger than the old one. Some school parents tell me their children are excited to move in.
My oldest is really excited to come back at least for one last year. It's a new school, so I mean, we're really excited, and we're really thankful that the community was able to invest in our children's future.
Officials tell me they plan to rebuild the new school closer to Regal Street, where they hope to solve the issue of heavy traffic during school pickup and drop-off. The new Adams will also include ADA accessibility standards like a fixed elevator and ramps to help those with disabilities, and a new bus stop. Construction on the new building will begin next month. And for those who may miss the historic building,
many of our community members have been able to go and retrieve some of the older bricks. They're setting those aside for individuals to be able to take a piece of history with them.
The full campus should be ready for the students by August of next year. In Spokane, Angela Hara, 4 News Now.
Lots of progress there. A Spokane County Sheriff's K-9 deputy is recovering tonight. Suspects trying to get away from police crashed into his patrol vehicle last night. The sheriff's office says the crash happened around 11 p.m. near White House Street and Columbia Avenue. It all started when Spokane police tried to pull the car over, and then the driver sped away. The K-9 deputy moved into position to help, and when the suspect's car slammed into his patrol car, 2 men then jumped out of the car and the suspect's car and then tried to run away. Deputies managed to catch 20-year-old Zamarcus Wilder. Investigators are still searching for the second suspect.
Well, a bill that would regulate license plate readers in Washington is now heading to the governor's desk. In Spokane County alone, there are more than 100 of these cameras. They automatically read license plates and alert law enforcement to vehicles linked to crimes. Deputies say in recent years, the cameras have helped locate 17 missing people, arrest over 570 suspects, and recover nearly 250 stolen vehicles. The new proposal sets guidelines for how the cameras collect, store, and share data. One key change would require law enforcement to delete camera data after 21 days instead of 30 days, with exceptions if investigators believe a vehicle is tied to a crime. Supporters say the bill balances privacy with public safety, but critics argue it either doesn't go far enough to protect personal data or could limit investigators' ability to do their jobs.
The Gonzaga women's team beat Oregon State to clinch the WCC title earlier today.
Now the men are up facing the Santa Clara Broncos for the automatic NCAA tournament bid big, Jack.
And so far, it's been a dogfight at the Orleans Arena tonight. Stay tuned next for updates from Las Vegas. Gonzaga needs a win to lock up their best possible March Madness seed.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Craig Swap and Associates.
Okay, I brought you guys all here today because I want the Easy Home Buyer to buy more homes than ever this year, and I need new ideas.
We could blow up a house. That'd be cool.
Or we could just keep reminding people that we pay a high value for their home and we can close quickly in 14 days. And there are no closing costs.
I like it.
Pick up the phone to inquire. Call the Easy Home Buyer.
This season, your refund goes further.
At all Walker's Furniture and Mattress locations. For a limited time, we're giving you a sales tax discount equal to double or triple the sales tax, so you can refresh your space for much less with the tax break you need and the comfort you deserve.
Plus, with no money down, special financing for 5 years, you can save now and pay over time.
This week at Walker's, where quality just costs less.
Style or substance. Somehow, it became one or the other. But there is another choice. Not stopping until you have everything in the GMC Sierra. Or get a total value of over $8,000 on this Sierra 1500 model. Plus get $3,500 trade allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
Davis, can you hand me the instruction manual?
Nope, not in here.
Oh, yeah. I left it in the truck. Be right back. Okay, so if we just do the... How'd you do that?
Hey, I told you I've been practicing.
I can see that. Excellent work. On to the next one.
Call Bills at 208-777-5528 today to schedule your $59 tune-up.
The return of Mahjong, the game your grandmother used to play.
I was really interested.
It's the hot game for the new generation.
I really want to try this game.
Next, Inside Edition.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Inside Edition at 7.
My name's RJ Decker. I'm a private investigator. I am this close to proving it was a murder for hire. Do not go well.
RJ Decker, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
All right, welcome back. We're joined now by Sports Director Jack Wallace, but we are 16 days away from opening day for the Mariners.
And my son Noah is counting down. He is already starting to watch some of spring training, which is online, but we're streaming it on our phones and on our TV. So Jack knows well, no trip to T-Mobile Park is complete without a few snacks to watch the game. So let's check out some new ones. The Chocolate Mousse Mousse. As you can see, shaped like everyone's favorite M's mascot, Mariner Moose. But it might still be a little too chilly for Moose, so maybe you're a fan of the classics like nachos. And why not get them in a boat? The Washington State Ferry Boat souvenir is new this year. You can see it's holding just about anything you like. Fish and chips, nachos maybe, plus those dip holders on the ends of the boat are useful.
And it's only an $8 upgrade, and you get to keep the ferry. It's brilliant.
Only an $8.
It can be added to your collection.
Way higher than
And
that.
not just nachos, by the way, crab nachos.
Yum.
Yeah.
Now that's different.
Incredible
I hadn't heard of that
addition.
before. That's a lot of fun.
That's
and good
very
for my,
Seattle.
Yes, good for my stomach.
Jack's buying like 4 of them in his first game.
We can have a whole little armada of ships. That'd be wonderful. And speaking of tickets to get booked, just like those Mariners ones, get ready for March Madness. Zags women's basketball fans. Your Zags are headed to the NCAA tournament following an impressive 76-66 win over the Oregon State Beavers, locking in that tournament spot after missing the big dance last year. Gonzaga controlled the game throughout the second half, leading for the entire fourth quarter and earning 2 of 3 wins over the Beavs across the whole season. The turnaround comes with just 1 returning starter, and head coach Lisa Fortier spoke on her personal favorite part about winning a title this season.
Exciting to be in that situation where you get to dance. My kids are
about to be too old to care about confetti, but they're not quite. And so my daughter has a shirt full of confetti, and that's the biggest win for me, actually. Yeah.
Who doesn't love a shirt full of confetti? So no WBIT returned to the kennel like last season. The Zags will either travel to Fort Worth or Sacramento for the opening rounds of the NCAA tournament. We're going to find out exactly where Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Shifting to the men's side, the Zags have their third bout against Santa Clara right now. Yes, the Broncos, not the St. Mary's Gales. Gonzaga needs huge games from their best defenders in this one, Jalen Worley and Emmanuel Innocenti. The former just recovering from a quad injury, and the latter massive down the stretch of this year. The Zags need a win to possibly get a number 3 seed. They're likely ceiling in this tournament.
Yeah, it's a competitive group. We want to keep winning. We want to keep our momentum kind of on the upswing, but again, we're ultimately going to be based on what happens or judged on what happens in the NCAA tournament. So we're all fully aware of that.
The Zags are already underway against the Broncos at the Orleans Arena in Las Vegas, and the start tonight was not great. Gonzaga trailed 6-0 off the bat. Score now 19-19. Looking pretty solid so far. A great back and forth game. We'll have full highlights and post-game sound of this one coming up on 4 News Now at 10 and 11. And our Big Sky schools tonight, a pretty mixed start. EWU women's, a heartbreaking overtime loss against Montana State. They almost had it. Would have been a huge upset. So the Bobcats play against Idaho in the finals tomorrow. Vandals beating Sac State in the other semi. Men's is Idaho versus Eastern tonight on that semifinal, so could be a lot of fun.
And I just love that they call it Starch Madness since they're playing in Potato Country down in Boise. All right.
That makes it better. We do have some breaking news to share with you just into the newsroom now. Within the last half hour, House lawmakers in Olympia have passed the so-called millionaire's tax.
This comes after debating the tax for about 24 hours. If approved, the bill would add an almost 10% income tax on anyone who makes over $1 million. Lawmakers say the plan could generate about $3 billion that could go towards supporting working families, lowering taxes on small businesses, and eliminating sales tax on some items. That bill now heads back to the Senate for consideration.
Travel over the Cascade Passes in particular is going to be difficult. Lookout Pass also bad, but nothing compared to the heavy snow expected over the Cascades this week. Wednesday night into Thursday morning, blizzard warnings in effect for not only snow, but blowing snow. I'll be back with the wet weather we're expecting in the 7-day forecast.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
The train is right on time. Grand Funk Railroad still shining on tour. Live at the Coeur d'Alene Casino Thursday, April 16th.
Winning is just the beginning.
Bathfitter showers have got people talking. Our wide selection of showers means it's exactly what we wanted. Seamless and watertight walls are much easier to clean than tiles and grout. And they stay in excellent shape. Every Bathfitter shower is backed by a lifetime warranty. And with thousands of 5-star reviews, the experience exceeds expectations. It's no wonder millions of Bathfitter customers love their new shower. It just fits. Go to bathfitter.com to book your free consultation.
Post Falls ER and Hospital, open 24/7, providing premium emergency department care without the wait. From your child sports injury to urgent ambulance visits, Post Falls ER features low wait times, efficient procedures, and compassionate care. Plus, we provide state-of-the-art imaging, inpatient care, and accept all commercial insurances. Because in an emergency, every second counts and every life matters. Post Falls ER and Hospital, State Line near Cabela's, minutes away, hours faster.
Welcome aboard the Spokane Tour Bus, and on our left, the historic Davenport Hotel. And here's the Monroe Street Bridge over the falls.
Brick by brick, we built this city. Now at the Northwest Museum of Arts and Culture, see incredibly realistic Lego brick interpretations of Spokane's most recognizable landmarks, created by local builders. It's Spokane as you've never seen it before. Going on now through June 28, 2026. Get tickets at northwestmuseum.org.
It's here. It's now. It's the North Spokane RV Show indoors at R&R RV North Spokane, March 11th through the 22nd. Shop over 140 RVs inside the West Coast's largest indoor showroom. Motorhomes, camper vans, fifth wheels, trailers. The time to buy is now. Free parking, free admission. The North Spokane RV Show, March 11th through the 22nd, indoors at R&R RV North Spokane. Special show pricing, giveaways, and food vendors on site. Visit rnrrv.com for more info.
Just how much cash did Coeur d'Alene Casino pay out last year? If you guessed over 90 million, jackpot. That's over 90 million reasons to try your luck this year at Coeur d'Alene Casino, where winning is just the beginning.
4 News Now is brought to you by Parker Subaru.
All right, it's always that phrase we use when strong winds are coming, but get ready to batten down the hatches.
Yeah, this is serious, Chris.
Yes, 65-mile-per-hour winds are no joke, and especially with some wet weather preceding it. It is a weather alert day, both Wednesday and Thursday. Wednesday to prepare, and then we'll continue to see those gusty, potentially damaging winds through Thursday morning, but it is that narrow time period of Wednesday night through Thursday morning where the strongest winds are expected, with gusts up to 65 miles per hour. That is strong enough for widespread tree damage, blowing dust, a good possibility in parts of the Columbia Basin, and then numerous power outages possible as well. Let's take a look at our futurecast, starting off at our current time. We have a weak disturbance that is already crossing the Cascades and could bring a little bit of light snow overnight tonight. Here's tonight at 2 a.m. Then the main event arrives during the day on Wednesday. Here's 2 o'clock Wednesday with a good chance of valley rain and mountain snow. The cold front coming behind that. Here's 3 a.m. Thursday. That's what's going to be really picking up our winds. Thursday early morning, while most people are still sound asleep. We'll keep the chance of wet weather going through the day on Thursday and breezy conditions. Those winds are not going to come to a halt. The next system on its heels will bring breezy conditions, but more wet weather. That will continue through Friday morning. And Friday morning, I'm also keeping an eye on for our snow levels to drop to the valley floors, and could see some more meaningful snow in the valleys. Before then, snow will be fairly light in the valleys. Up to an inch is possible. This takes us through 5 o'clock on Thursday, so a little less than 48 hours. Heavy snow in the mountains, and I showed you the totals expected in the Cascades. 2 to 4 in Pullman, but I am looking at these numbers to all jump Thursday night into Friday morning. We will deal with that after we get through this wind event, but just something to keep in mind that Friday morning may be a snowy one. Now, Wednesday, we have an 80% chance of precipitation. Winds will pick up throughout the day. By the afternoon, we're already going to be looking at 35-mile-per-hour winds. They'll get into the 40 to 45-mile-per-hour range in the evening, and then really pick up as we get into the overnight. Snow and rain likely with no accumulation, 46 degrees for a high. And here's a look at those winds as I was mentioning. Sustained winds really starting to pick up once we're into the late afternoon. Up to 35-mile-per-hour gusts starting around 11 a.m., up to 40-mile-per-hour gusts in the evening. High temperatures in the 40s, 48 in Meade, 42 in Athol, 46 in Spangle, really just about average. 51 in Lewiston, 43 in Bonners Ferry, and 51 in Ritzville. Weather alert days for windy weather Wednesday into Thursday, and then the wet weather will continue. And again, keeping an eye on this Thursday morning or Thursday night into Friday morning time period for some snow, something to keep in the back of your mind, along with all this other information. 64 degrees next Tuesday is going to sound pretty good, Derek.
No doubt. All right. Chris, thank you. Well, the Oscars are this Sunday right here on ABC. And for the first time ever, a K-pop song is up for Best Original Song. And Kirsten, I know you've probably heard this song 1,000 times since your daughter loves that movie, K-pop Demon Hunters.
She does. And I think I have it memorized, but I will not sing it for you here on TV. We had Golden on repeat in my household for a few solid months. That's the song. Lindsay Davis spoke to the lead singer and writer of Golden to see what makes it resonate so much with fans.
Now, for the first time in Academy Awards history, Golden from the animated movie K-pop Demon Hunters is the first song in the K-pop genre to be nominated for Best Original Song.
It means so much because that's exactly what, Golden did, and, it helped me go through a hard time. So I'm just really grateful that, people are really connecting with the lyrics, and it's beyond just a pop song. It's truly a form of therapy.
Co-writer of Golden and lead singer EJ is taking this Oscar moment with gratitude.
We work so hard. I think for me, because I've been a K-pop idol trainee for so long, since 11, and to see where my life is now, it's just so many windy roads, but I feel incredibly proud.
But Golden equated to Let It Go from Frozen. It is the song that's played on repeat in our homes. Parents are going through it with their kids because they're playing it still to this day, and they've been playing it since June.
The film, also nominated in the animated feature category, follows a K-pop girl group called Huntrix. The band members lead double lives.
A demon's a demon. We kill them.
No, it's too public. As demon hunters face off against the Saja Boys, a rival boy band whose members are secretly demons. Writer and director Maggie Kang wanted to create a story inspired by her South Korean heritage.
We're so grateful for the fans. They really carried this movie, and really, it just blossomed with word of mouth. They were just making content so quickly, so it was kind of like free marketing, I would say.
For EJ, this historic recognition is validation. She trained for years to become a pop idol in Seoul, only to be told she was just not good enough.
I really love the character. Rumi, I just resonated with her so much. So I think with every writer, is we put a little bit of our own personal experience into it. Writing Golden, for example, singing the demo, I was crying while singing it. It was very cathartic. Yeah, that's what I mean. It really literally lifted me up during a really hard time.
All right, before we go to break, here's a look at ABC's primetime lineup for tonight.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Get ready for adventure. Choose your path at this year's Big Horn Show. Explore trophy territory. Learn from top pros at Bighorn University. And bring the whole family for archery, fishing world, and tons of interactive activities. March 19th through 22nd, the Big Horn Show takes over the Spokane County Fairgrounds. Your next adventure starts here.
At Parker Toyota, our commitment to you begins the moment you drive off the lot in your new vehicle.
We have more Toyota Master Diagnostic technicians than anyone in the Northwest.
That means our technicians are the most experienced at identifying and fixing any mechanical issues, ensuring that your Toyota receives the care it deserves.
Open 7 days a week. Call or go online to schedule your appointment at Parker Toyota.
STA has helped me by making it possible for me to get basically everywhere I want to get at a very low price and with very good schedules. What I like about STA is the routes are very well planned. They go really everywhere you need to go, and I love the drivers. The drivers are friendly and knowledgeable, and they treat the customers really well. I've been riding STA since 1955. STA saves me a lot of money.
So I brought everyone here today for an easy homebuyer workshop to talk about how we can improve. Yes.
We need to remind people we are local and that we buy hundreds of homes every year.
That's good.
How about we give everyone a check in 14 days and buy their home as is?
Great, even better.
At Easy Home Buyer, we make selling your home easy and quick. No hassle, just a great offer.
Pick up the phone to inquire.
This is your community, and your stories deserve to be heard. At 4 News Now, we're here to listen, connect, and bring you the news that truly matters. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
A penny saved is a lifetime earned. Numerica Credit Union. Money where it matters.
Book your stay and play today at MissaquaCasinoHotel.com.
Another look at your 7-day forecast. Tomorrow, a wet day. The winds will increase throughout the day, but again, the most dangerous winds are going to happen overnight Wednesday into Thursday morning. Get your flashlight ready by your bed tomorrow. Pull batteries in your alarm clock. Nobody has alarm clocks anymore, but good idea anyway.
Make sure the phone's charged.
There,
for that alarm
thank
clock.
you.
Yeah.
That's a more modern.